Hey everyone, this is the Bearded Zane. This is going to be my review of the Sideshow X-Files Frank Black 12-inch, 1/6 scale figure. And I just got this in today, and I bought this brand new off eBay. Package was still sealed, all that good stuff. Got it for $20. That was a really good deal. But I suppose the seller wasn't too happy about that one. But hey, got a good deal. This isn't the exclusive version that comes with the Bible or anything like that. But this does, have all the accessories with it, so naturally I'll show you all those accessories going forward. First off, we need to take a look at the packaging, which here's the packaging right here. You see it's a big, tall box. There's my hand. It's really big. And you open it up. It's a window box. There's a read-up for the figures right there if you want to go ahead and pause them. I think that's just like a synopsis of the TV show. There's a tray. Remember from an older review, I just had the tray with the plastic insert. So yeah, that's inside there. Fold it up around the back. You see, there's another read up. Be still pause it if you want to read it now. And here's a preview of some other figures. I got this one coming on the way. Getting ready to review that one. And there you can get the Cigarette Smoking Man, or Molder. This is the original Molder, not the home version like I reviewed. And there's a couple more figures. This is just Series 1, I think, and this is like 1.5. Here's like a mid-tier figure. And, of course, I want to say something real quick. Look at that head sculpt. Then look at this one. They're completely different. I don't know what it is. I think it's the paint, honestly, but I'm not quite sure. They look completely different. And it's not just this figure. They all are like this. This is the prototype. This is the final version. So if you're, if you're just looking at a listing on eBay where they just got a picture of this, they don't have a really good close-up of the window box like this guy did, then you need to be careful by going back to the Sideshow, looking in their archives, because they still have this figure. You can go and look at it in their archives and stuff. All the stuff that it was supposed to come with, the exclusive version, all that good stuff, how much it was actually cost. This was $40 back in the day. 1/6 scale figures used to be 40 fucking bucks. Now they're going up to $250. Ugh, wonderful. Anyways, like I said, this is the actual finished product, and what they have on their website is the prototype. So don't get confused between this head and that head, because this one obviously looks a lot more cartoony, and obviously I don't like it. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at his accessories real quick, and I'm gonna have to get a tripod for that. Alright, first up, accessories, we have his revolver, which he used a lot during the episode, and I do remember that much. And unfortunately, it doesn't actually, the chamber doesn't come out, and you can't really see the actual bullets inside there. And ooh, you can see where the barrels stopped in there. But it's neat. It looks really nicely detailed, like how they got the screws in there. Obviously, it's not modern day Hot Toys quality, because this would open up, and obviously you can see the action where this would fall down, and then you could see the actual chamber and stuff like that. If Hot Toys had made this, it would actually do that, but unfortunately this is from 2004, so yeah, it's 10 years old. So this is 10 years old, 1/6 scale quality. I think it holds up. I think it holds up nice for what they had back in the time, but obviously somewhere near as good as Hot Toys. And next up is, well, first off, I want to show the holster that comes with it. This comes pre-packaged on the figure, unlike in the Molder one where it's an optional accessory. This comes pre-packaged, and because it's pre-packaged at 10 years old, it got warped to hell. So, yeah. This is, if it comes like this, don't worry, it's the way it is. You can just put some heat to it. I want to leave mine like this just to show it to you the way it came out of the package. And they got a nice little screw detail right there too. But I think, I like these holsters, but it's a shame that this one got so damn warped. Next up is the pistol that goes in that holster. It's just a 1911. It does cock back, but be careful. It comes off really freaking easily. But this allows me to show you that there's a bullet in there, and you can take the clip out, which, by the way, the clip just falls out. I've been holding it in this entire time because it just falls out. I can't do anything to keep it from falling out. Oh, Yeah, see, it just barely hangs in there. Unlike the Molder one, which is nice and secure, this one barely stays in there, so that is a bummer. It really is. I mean, you could do some heat work and everything to get it to stay in there, but when it's in the holster, it doesn't move around or fall out, so I'm just going to leave this gun in the holster, and if I ever need it for another character, then, you know, I'll gladly just super glue the clip in there. But, you know, it's nicely detailed. You can tell that it's a 1911. I like the handle on it. I mean, you know, for the time, it's nice, but otherwise, not too great. Especially with this clip on the fall out. But as you can see, there's the bullet inside there. Very nice clip. Moving on, we have some repeat accessories. You know, the holster was a repeat accessory with most of the figures, but pretty much every figure in this line comes with a cell phone. You remember me talking about the cell phone with the Fox Mulder home version, said it was very fragile, and this one is indeed very fragile. But it's nicely detailed, and it's pretty big in size, but you won't ever really get to use it with them, and I'll go over that when I talk about the figure. But yeah, it's a nice accessory. Next up is another repeat with pretty much everyone in these line, a flashlight. And you know, if you use a flashlight for a 1/6 scale figure, it looks very nicely. I mean, I like the way they got the bulb in there. It's a nice effect. And you know, of course, you can tell it's a mag light, but very, very nice. And last, well, actually, no, there's one more accessory after that. And the next accessory is a folder from the Millennium Group, which has a couple full of photos in it. Let me go ahead and try and get them out. It's just a piece of cardboard, and here are the photos. Definitely a coffin in the ground, and yeah, that's. He can't really hold this. I don't really see why you would want him holding it. And the last accessory, which is a pain in the ass to put on, it's the reason I didn't take it off, is a pager. And you can see it's not even really on there that well. It's because the clip isn't really big enough to go on there. Well, yeah, that's probably about the best I can do. It's on there, but the clip is far too tight, and it just doesn't really want to clip on the belt. But anyways, moving on to the figure now. Just like with any 1/6 scale figure, the first thing you're going to look at is the actual head sculpt and how is it. And when you have it in a bright light like this, which is the reason I purposely went over here, you could see Lance Henriksen in there. You know, it's like, oh yeah, that's Lance Henriksen. He's got the telltale nose, telltale eyebrows, telltale forehead. That's Lance Henriksen. But it's like when you get up close, it's the paint. The paint really kills this. It's far too cartoony. His eyes are lopsided. This is a bad job right here. And pretty much most of these are like this. I mean, look at that hair. That is messy as hell. It looks like white gravy. It really does. It looks like white gravy. So, yeah, it's really messy job on the hair. Ugh. Like I said, the lines on that eye being off is just really bad. Really bad. But his outfit, it's just a shirt. Well, let me actually focus so you can see it. It's just an outer jacket, got an inner sweater, and brown dress pants, and a pair of boots. I'm pretty sure he might have socks up under. He does. I can feel them. They're up under here. But I'm not going to take them off because I know these boots are going to be a pain in the ass to get back on because they're actual feet in there. But, yeah, it's very, very nice outfit. The head sculpt is nice, but it's the paint that kills it, especially with one eye being off like that. That is pretty bad. I mean, I know they're trying to get him look off to his right, but that right eye kind of misses the mark a little bit. But, of course, just get a little back of the... Ooh, he's got some leather detail back here I didn't notice before. That's very cheap leather. It doesn't feel very nice. Looks nice, but doesn't feel very nice. And, from the back, that looks like my great uncle. But, the articulation, just like I went over in the actual Mulder review, really good range of motion in the shoulders, although they do tend to pop back if you get a certain area. double bend, but it is very restricted by this coat. That's probably about as far as you can get it, because then you start feeling stress. So yeah, the coat definitely restricts the arms, because he has two layers on. He has this thick sweater, and then he actually has the overcoat. And he does have, I forgot to do this in the motor review, he does have a waist swivel in here, and not that too much of a crunch. But yeah, it works. And the legs, very well. And the double bend legs, which go very far, so that's nice. And the feet, you're not going to get too much out of the feet, but they do hinge, which is nice. Swivel, but actually that's an ankle swivel. No, more of a calf, really. That's more of a calf swivel. But yeah, the articulation, it's good, serviceable, but nothing special. And I think that's just the way the figure is as well. Just so you know, this coat is non-functioning, even though the cuts do look big. I wouldn't risk it because those buttons are just glued down. But I think it looks nice this way, so now let's go ahead and get an overall look at the figure. Alright, now we're in the final verdict stage and whether or not this is worth picking up. And, yeah, I just want to say I really like this pose. That's a nice pose. But, you know, you can actually hide the chest grabber, as I got it on there now. It's kind of it's an upper waist grabber. You can, let me see if you can see it in here. No. See, I got it well hidden. That's nice. But, you know, you can actually see the... Oh, there we go. Get some light in there. You can see the actual pistol, the holster in there. Looks really nice. The belt's kind of off-centered, but oh well. Oh, that is bright! There we go. And, of course, you know, there's his feet and everything. I already showed this one I'm talking about. But, like I said, the main killer for this is the head sculpt. But there is a second downside to this, and that's that he can't really use his accessories. I've got the cell phone in that pocket, the flashlight in that pocket, but, you know, he can't really use that. The pager's hard as hell to get on. There ain't no way he's going to be able to hold that. Really, all he can do is hold his guns. And, you know, of course, the flashlight in the hand, but, you know, why would you put a flashlight over a gun, you know? This second hand over here to the, you know, his left hand, basically useless because of the expression. I mean, it's really just to grasp this hand right here. So it's, yeah, it's not that great. I really wish they would have included an extra hand or, you know, a different hand for this. But, yeah, that's just one downside of this. That doesn't come with any extra hands. You got to deal with what it's got. And this is probably the best pose I could get out of it with what it is. But, I'll probably display it like this. I think it looks nice. But I don't know if this is worth getting, unless you can get it for a good price like I did, because this isn't the best of the Sideshow X-Files figures. Definitely Mulder and Scully are going to be the best. I do think the face sculpt is here, it's just the paint. It is the paint that kills it. So, if you're willing to do a little bit of repainting on this figure, then pick it up and do some repainting. Hell, use this body for a Bishop custom figure if you want to. I mean, it would work. But, yeah, I really do like this figure. It's just, like I said, it's the head sculpt kind of... It looks fine from distance, but it's just like when you get in close, it looks very cartoony. But I think it'll look fine on the shelf with the rest of the figures, and just the one thing you really have to note is the accessories, because most of them are useless, and like I said, the clip keeps falling out of my gun. The page is hard as hell to get on, and you can't really use most of them because the hands. But that's going to be it for this review. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in the comments down below. And I'll see you in the next video. Just wanted to do a real quick coda real quick. I just want to note that these shoes are actually rubber. And the fact that they've held up for 10 years, I think it's pretty damn good.